While the immediate anxiety over H1N1 seems to have subsided, this coming flu season is expected to be a complicated one with more overall cases and more deaths predicted. State lawmakers have been working on a pandemic bill to respond in the worst case scenario. Worcester News Tonight's Katie Daly is in the newsroom with tonight's top story. Katie?
Latoya, Senator Richard Moore says that this bill is designed to prevent the spread of the H1N1 virus, but some groups say that it's unconstitutional. As state officials prepare for more cases of the H1N1 virus to emerge throughout cities and towns, State Senator Richard Moore believes it is necessary to move forward with the passage of the pandemic response bill.
It is something that's really being done to help us all to stay healthy.
If a health emergency was declared in Massachusetts, the bill would allow authorities to fine residents up to $1,000 a day if they refuse quarantine orders or isolation.
So that someone who is infected can't simply, because they choose to ignore their illness or ignore the rules, can't go out into a crowd or into another room and spread that infection and be a risk to the life of other people.
The legislation would also grant authorities the power to enter private property for enforcement purposes. David Kopax is the vice president of the association. He says the bill gives the state too much power and infringes on people's civil liberties.
I think great emphasis in education should go on what's called self-shielding, where, we know now in advance this could be an issue. There's no reason people can't have food and water in their home for a long enough period of time to self-shield themselves, self-quarantine.
It's creating a dictatorship.
We're getting feedback from across the country. They're very concerned what's going to happen here, as it could set precedent and pave the way for similar legislation in their states.
This is going to be a public relations, trust your government and your health officials public campaign.
But we trusted the scientists back in 1976 with the original swine flu shot, and
it was a debacle.
Right.
Now that some people died. This is going to be a public relations, trust your government and your health officials public campaign.
Okay, let's talk about the rat of the week. Why is Bayer Corporation the rat of the week?
Internal documents show that after this company positively, absolutely knew that they had a medication that was infected with the AIDS virus, they took the product off the market in the U.S. and then they dumped it in France, Europe, Asia, and Latin America. The medicine's called Factor 8. It was an injection medicine that was used for hemophiliacs, mostly children. Children had been born with an incurable disease.
Hold on, Mike. So hold on. So you're telling me that Bayer knew that this drug was infected with the AIDS virus. They yanked it from the market in America, and then they dumped it in markets overseas?
They had to figure out a way, Joe, to make a profit on a product that they could not sell in America. So they made a huge profit. They dropped the product in Japan, Spain, and France. By the way, Joe, government officials in France that allowed that to happen actually had to go to prison for it. In America, not one corporate executive for this company has been indicted or even criminally investigated by our Justice Department.
Why not?
And this is really the focus of my various criminal charges, and they started in April in Austria. I filed charges at the state prosecutor here in Vienna, and the police are investigating Baxter because Baxter was involved in activities that clearly showed a criminal intent. They were caught contaminating 72 kilos of vaccine material, the live bird flu virus, a virus that was incidentally supplied by WHO, and then distributing it with a false label to 16 laboratories in 4 countries. And if it had not been caught by a lab technician in the Czech Republic, it would have sparked a pandemic.
I'm restarting.
No good. No good. What? Get your hands off my wife. Stand down. Lieutenant Crump, still hit him again. Get your hands off. Stand him again. Stand down. Stand down, soldier. Stand down. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Robert Neville. I'm ordering you to scan her again. Scan her again.
All right, scan her again.
It's clear. It's clear. Move through it. Scan her again. Stand down. Stand down, soldier. Stand down. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Robert Neville. I'm ordering you to scan her again. Scan her again.
All right, scan her again.
It's clear. It's clear. Move through it.
I pledge to be of service to Barack Obama.
I pledge to be a servant to our president.
People remember the swine flu vaccine as a terrible disaster. This government, these manufacturers want to make sure that does not happen again. But you bring up a very important point. Just because something works doesn't mean it's safe. And that rush to market is going to mean that we're going to have to prove that, yes, it will keep people from getting sick, and that the shot itself won't hurt anybody.
Jesus, lover of my soul, let me to thy bosom fly, while the nearer waters roll, while the tempest still is high. Hide me, O my Savior, hide, till the storm of life is past, safe into the haven guide. Oh, receive my soul